Hello everyone, in this video I'm going to show you guys my assignment problems and the ways I'm going to solve it. But first I will talk through a little bit about some of the requirement information which related to my problems. So the problem is called the allocation problem and privatized graphs. And it has two steps, which are the allocation problem and Hungarian algorithm. The allocation problem is consider in a situation to distribution of resources among competing alternatives in order to minimize total costs or maximize the total returns. If the jobs and resources are not expressed in the same units, it's the allocation problems. The Hungarian algorithm is used when there are not enough zeros to draw the right number of straight lines, or when there are too many zeros. The Hungarian algorithm involves in three following steps. The first one is perform column reduction. The second one is modify the original matrix according to the Hungarian algorithm. And the last one is produce a privatized graph and solve the possible allocation. So now I'm going to read my problem and then I will solve it. The Paradise Chocolate Company will supply chocolate for so many companies around the world. At the end of 2016, the Paradise Chocolate Company decided to give the prize for 4 companies that will take several chocolate in the year. This company in average are shown in the table below, using the Hungarian algorithm to maximize the average. American Chocolate Company, in the first year they have 25, in the second year they have 29, in the third year they have 40, in the fourth year they have 80. Berlin Chocolate Company, in the first year they got 15, in the second year they got 20, in the third year they got 19, in the fourth year they got 50. Canada Chocolate Company, in the first year they got 30, in the second year they got 17, in the third year they got 30, and in the fourth year they got 42. Denmark Smart Chocolate Company, in the first year they got 16, in the second year they got 40, in the third year they got 22, and in the fourth year they got 14. So in step 1, find the largest number and then subtract every number from that number. So as you can see in the original table, the largest number is 50, which in row 2, Berlin Chocolate Company, and in column 4. So now we take 50 to subtract every number in the table. For example, we get 50 to minus 25, we get 25. 50 minus 29, we get 21. 50 minus 40, we get 10. And 50 minus 18, we get 32. And then we keep doing that with the rest of the number. With the step 2, we are doing row reduction. With the row reduction, we find the smallest number in each of the row. In row A, the smallest number is 10. Row B is 0. Row C is 8. Row D is 10. And then we get the small number to subtract every number in each row. So we get 25 minus 10, 21 minus 10, 10 minus 10, and 32 minus 10. And we do it the same with the rest of the row. And now I will show you the answer that I already wrote down. As you can see in step 2, there's a new table, which is the answer from the previous table. So we got in the row A, we got 15 for the first column, 11 for the second column, 0 for the third column, 22 for the fourth column. In row B, we got 35 for the first column, 30 for the second column, 31 for the third column, and 0 for the fourth column. In row C, we got 12 for the first column, 25 for the second column, 29 for the third column, and 0 for the fourth column. And in row D, we got 24 for the first column, 0 for the second column, 18 for the third column, and 26 for the fourth column. So now we're moving on to step 3, attempt an allocation. So we will draw a straight line to cover which column has the 0. So in row 4, in column 4 it had 2 zeros, so we draw a straight line. In column 3 it's got 1 0, so we draw a straight line. And in second column it got a 0, so we draw a straight line. But except the first column doesn't have 0, so now we are going to find the 0 for first column. So we move on to step 4, which column reduction. With the column reduction, we subtract the smaller number in the first column, which is 12. So we get 15 divided by 12, we got 3. 35 divided by 12, we got 23. 12 divided by 12, we got 0. And 24 divided by 12, we got 12. And now, as you can see, in the first column it has 0 in the step 4. And now we are going to connect it by draw a straight line. I'm going to draw the straight line from the row C across to column 1 and column 4. And now we have 4 lines, which in this case we complete the allocation. And now we move on to the step 5, which is they produce a pie graph. So with this one, we are going to connect it like so. A has 0 in the third column, so we are going to connect from A to the third column. B has a 0 in the fourth column, we connect B to the fourth column. C has the 0 in the first column, we connect C to the first column, and C also has the 0 in the fourth column, so we connect C to the fourth column too. D has the 0 in the second column, so we connect D to the second column, and then we got this graph in step 5. So now we're moving on to step 6, list all possible allocation. So as you can see, we pick D to 2. We write down D to 2. And next one, C. Well, in this case, C going to first column and the fourth column. So as you can see, the first column just has C going through it, but the fourth column has B and C coming through. So we pick this first column. So we write down C going through first column. The next one is B going through 4, A going to 3. So now we are going to total the average by the number in the possible allocation. So D represent for the Denmark Chocolate Company. So as you can see, we are going back to the previous page. D in column 2 is 40. C column 1 is 30. B column 4 is 50. A column 3 is 40. And now we have this, and then we are going to calculate it. 40 plus 30 plus 50 plus 40, and we got 160. So at the end, the Paradise Chocolate Company decided to give the prize for American Chocolate Company, Berlin Chocolate Company, Canada Chocolate Company, and Denmark Chocolate Company about 160 prize for their whole year take a lot of chocolate. And now this is the end of my presentation. Thank you for listening.